Do you guys ever have that one game on Overwatch where you're like, this can't just be me, right? Surely other people have these terrible, terrible experiences. Well, today I'm here with a new video to walk you guys through my most recent example. We had a Winston who was clearly hard throwing and feeding the other team, and throughout the whole game was adamant that he wasn't, and was almost acting like I was bullying him and being mean by calling him a thrower when he was throwing. I know, it's confusing, but it'll make some sense once I show you, so we'll just get into the clips and we'll start from there. So here he is, our favourite Winston, just stood out in the middle of nowhere at the start. I thought he was going for a bit of a flank angle, was going to dive the back line, you know, the usual Winston things at low elo where they probably get melted. But it was worse. It was way worse. As you can see, he's hunting their Anna. I thought maybe, you know, gonna get her with the element of surprise. Nope. Just gonna stand behind her and just follow her around, I guess. So yeah, at this point I wasn't really looking at him and I didn't really notice what he was doing. I was more interested in healing the people that are actually taking damage because I was the Moira. So I wasn't really focused on him at all because he had taken no damage, so he didn't really exist to me. This was the point right here where I noticed where he's just stood behind them, not shooting, and then thankfully the entire team then just folds on him and beats the hell out of him. Because I'm sorry, that's what you deserve. So I've just included my angle just to show. I was kind of just staring at him, stood in the background, saying hi to people and getting schmurdered. And yeah, that was when I started to notice. And here was when it was the most blatant. He just stands there in front of the Tracer, lets her pulse bomb the team, and just stands there. Now at this point I was healing him because I wanted a tiny bit of ult charge. I was like, might as well get a free ult charge out of him if he's not going to do anything else at all and he's just going to feed them their ults. I might as well do the same. And there he is, yep, still on the other side of the wall doing literally nothing. So yeah, I said in the chat that Winston's throwing. He proceeded to ignore me and just stand there doing nothing in a corner. There he is on my perspective. I told everyone to report him after the game. He then replies, "Why?" As if it's an awful thing that I want to report him for throwing when he's throwing. Here's his final attempt at defense. Got dunked on by their Tracer again. Thank you to whoever the enemy Tracer was. Some more chat there, just me telling him he's throwing, him saying he isn't, asking how he's throwing. Now I've just included a nice compilation of him getting absolutely dunked on by the enemy team because I enjoy watching it and I feel like you guys will too. You can live vicariously through me about all the throwers. But then yeah, after getting dunked on about 6 times, he decided to run off into the woods like a baby back bitch and live out the rest of his days just hopping around the enemy spawn, failing jumps onto staircases. After the game, he gave me a friend's request. I've kept it just so I can remember his name and repeatedly avoid him for the rest of time, because if I ever get him on my team again, I might cry rather than laugh that time. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I just thought I'd kind of post this and share my experience with you guys so you lower elo boys like me can, you know that someone shares in your pain. You know, us content creators, we're not all, you know, top 500s and grandmasters. Some of us are McCree plebs that miss on roadhogs that aren't moving in the trading area. You know, it happens. It happens. You know, we got shit to do. We got lives to live. But yeah, I just sort of wanted to share my experience to just sort of say, you know, when content creators that are high elo say that, you know, elo hell doesn't exist, that there's no way to get stuck in an SR, just play better. It's not always that easy. And you know, we understand it as low elo people, but I just wanted to put a video out there to sort of say, you know, it ain't that simple. I can't just, you know, outplay as Moira and somehow make up for the fact that we have a Winston that's feeding them an ult charge every 5 seconds, because he's just standing there waving at them, giving them 500 health's worth of ult. But yeah, that's it for the video, really. A pretty simple, cut and dry one. I'm going to have a video up in a few days about Hyperscape again, because I find it kind of interesting that the season was kind of alleged to be in March and they just kind of haven't posted since, and are just like burying their head in the sands and hiding. So I'm going to talk a bit about that, a bit about what I'd like to see in the new Hyperscape season if it ever happens. I don't think it will, but if it ever happens, you know, please Ubisoft, if you're listening. You're not listening, but please do it. I love Hyperscape. Yeah, that's it. So, you know, like, share, subscribe, go in the comments and tell me how much you hate the fact that Winston's in your game every 5 minutes as well, and I'll catch you guys next time.